think we do get so obsessed in our world that we often, when we're taking breaks from Zoom, it's to go and talk to our friends potentially, or our family, which is so critical. But how do we do the networking that we used to do when we'd be at events like this, or when we'd go, to networking events for work? And so it's forums like this that give us that chance to do it digitally. And I think it's a good reminder. I think I haven't valued that enough this year, Justin, and it's something on my list for 2022 to focus on some more.
But in what's happening in the space in terms of what clients are getting involved in, what law firms themselves are trying to do to sort of make themselves keep up with what's going on with the rest of the world, but also the innovation that we see and how we deal with that from a legal perspective is absolutely, people might not believe me because I'm a lawyer, but it's absolutely fascinating.
That hybrid working landscape, and ensuring that all the touch points that we have, be them internal, which is with our own teams, who are the most important because they're going to be externally facing our clients, as well as our clients and our other partners. How can we interact and speak the same way? How do we make sure that we're actually being homogenous but being culturally diverse? Sitting in Asia is always something that's on our mind. And I think the other thing that is really, really topical is just that human touch. We've gone virtual. Everybody's talking about this metaverse, which is owned by everyone. I think everybody's going to jump into this at some point. But how do we make sure that that human touch is still maintained in an environment that is almost going virtual? To Rachel's point, right? How are we going to manage that? How are we going to think about mental health, which is a key challenge in the advertising industry?
How do you get people who have perhaps become, very senior in their careers, perhaps from a more, dare I use the language of digital immigrant kind of background? These are the people at the top of our organizations often, certainly those organizations that are not tech organizations, and yet they are the ones that are going to have to lead their organizations and their people into this sort of brave new world of hybrid working, of everything digital all the time. And of course, there are many leaders, and many of them, of course, join us on a monthly basis here, who get it, who have it, who know it. But there are many others that don't. And there's a huge fear factor. And when I was just listening to what Sonal was saying, we have to be better at recognizing that fear wherever it is in the organization. So yes, leaders are diverse. Some are, flying high in this space. Others are feeling anxious about what it means to them and their careers. At the same time, they, of course, are leading and managing diverse teams too. Teams that are made up of people who are ahead of the game, whilst others who have been in their roles perhaps for longer, less interested in doing something new. So a very, very dynamic challenge for leaders to take on. And that's probably the space in which I spend most of my time thinking and working.